you might be bleeding.
Okay, I see it. Okay, sorry, I didn't even see
Okay,
that.
let's start over.
Okay. Hey, how are you?
Good, you?
Would you mind introducing yourself to people?
I'm Alexis, and I live at the lodge.
And you live at the lodge, and how do you enjoy the lodge?
I like it. We're all like a close family, I guess. When the holidays come around, we're all really close because most of us don't have family to go to. So.
Yeah. Tell me your experience that you've had just when, were you over at seniors before? Were you somewhere else, or you were always over here?
I've been always here, yeah. I've been here for almost 4 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel when the city decided to pull all the funding from this place, and what were your fears of what was going to happen?
Well, when they pulled the funding, it was really it angered me because, I mean, there's somebody that's already trying to help us, like you said earlier, and then they pulled the funding, so now there's nothing there for her to have help from, you know what I mean? So then she's relying on her own self, and she's not getting the support that she deserves. Because, I mean, when they pulled the funding, me and my boyfriend at the time, we were nervous because we had nothing. Like, he came all the way from Alberta down to here, so he didn't have anybody else here, so he had nowhere to go because he had no ID, no nothing, so they wouldn't put him on the list. And then they told me straight out that they weren't going to be able to help, they weren't going to be able to house me anywhere else because they had nowhere for me. Like, I didn't fit any of their, I guess, I didn't fit any of their,
The criteria?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't house me anywhere, but then even some of the, elderly, they said that they weren't going to be able to home, and it's scary because, I mean, the winter was coming at that point, and then some of us had nowhere else to go. Like, I don't have any family that would take me in, and then neither did some of the other people, so we would have been on the streets, and then we would have been left and forgotten about pretty much.
What you were mentioning earlier is especially around the holiday times, and it's like the people that are in here, it gets really like a nice kind of family feeling, and
Mm-hmm.
people kind of look out for each other and everything. And what do you feel like how do you feel when you see people come up to the back door or kitchen, and and they're sleeping there just hoping that somebody hears them knocking on the door or something, and then the city comes up and says, oh, well, you're not allowed to do that?
Mm-hmm. Well, last night actually, one of the homeless people, cops, he was sleeping on the bench outside of the deck, and he was sleeping on a box of shoes, so he had a pillow. So I asked one of the workers if we could go and get him a blanket, so I grabbed him 2 blankets and I put them over him so he was warm, because it got chilly out last night, and I feel bad because, I mean, you want to literally just open up the door and sneak them in to bring them into your room, because you constantly take what you have you constantly, what am I trying to say? You take advantage of what you have, and you don't realize what you have until you see somebody like that on the streets and they don't have it, and then you really realize what you truly do have, and you appreciate it more, you know what I mean? So every time I see my friend Rick, I always am here to help him. I bring his stuff upstairs so it doesn't get stolen, or this is that. It's just the little things that they want. They just want to be noticed and to be helped,
So if you had to say something to any of the mayor, the city councilors, the MP of the area or whatever, what would you say, especially where I guess at a point they're asking about okay, well, we're gonna go, usually they're always studying something, oh yeah, we're gonna put a study group together, or a blue ribbon group or something together, and we're gonna figure it out. And then you already have a place like the Lodge and seniors in Essex and everything that's out here already doing it. What would you say to them, and what would you say to them to go to them as they're pulling funding, but then they're saying, oh, we need something?
I told them that, like you were explaining earlier, they already had something, and they didn't need to pull the funding because somebody had already figured it out. You know, there's the laws. I don't see anybody else offering us a place to stay or this or that. I don't see the mayor saying, oh guys, when you have nowhere to go, you can come stay in my backyard or something like that. No, there's a place already that is welcoming us and you're taking it away from us, because now she's struggling and like, so are we, because we don't want her to struggle, so we kind of try to come together. We're a family. I wrote on the wall the one holiday, like, I love my big dysfunctional family, and that's what we are. We're literally dysfunctional family. Like, that's exactly what we are. Because we all have our differences, but no matter what, like, something goes wrong, and we'll come together and we'll be a strong team. Like,
the key word there too is the key word there is family.
yes.
Yeah, and that's the family. So thank you so much for sharing your story and helping us to go and let people know exactly why the city needs to step up, do more, and the reason why people can constantly and consistently always show up here, and why the other organizations send people here to go and help, for Kathy to go and help them, and meanwhile they're saying that they're pulling their funding. So thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
No.
All right. That wasn't too deep.